Um, but you eat it similar to a bologna sandwich. Um, you can do cotto salami and a slice of Kraft cheese between two pieces of bread. You have to smash it also. You have to make it really, smash it together, make it really, really thin. You can fry the meat. You can do it with just meat, bread, and mustard. If you put mustard on it, that's why people be like, you have to have the faith of a mustard seed. Because that saves you. I don't know. You just believe you can turn that tiny little seed into a condiment that goes on this struggle sandwich, and it puts you be in heaven for as full as you can get off of that struggle sandwich. And even Kraft cheese is just, I don't know. I think they had a monopoly on the hood. So I don't think there was no refrigerator that did not have Kraft cheese slices in there. But yeah, so that was my trip down memory lane while I was there on the beach. And I noticed, like, also around this same time, somehow I ended up going on like a meet Facebook friends frenzy. So I didn't meet anyone on this beach trip, which is, I mean, that's not why I came out there. I just went to go to the beach, and it was a quick turnaround trip. But I actually was headed back to the Bay Area on a second trip before I moved out of state. I had to go get some paperwork. I tried to be as prepared as I can as far as paperwork and documentation. I picked up a new social security card. Went back to the Bay Area to get my birth certificate. I made sure I had California ID, even though I was going to get one in Nevada. But I don't know. I had extra IDs, everything. But as I was driving out to the Bay Area, I got a text message from a Facebook friend, and they texted me. They were asking me about my thoughts on mental health and relationships. The timing was kind of perfect because I was just getting into town. And so I went ahead and arranged it, like, after I go finish my errands. We set it up to go ahead and meet meet at fucking Starbucks, of all places, right? They were in the news recently. This was 2017, so it was before the incident at Starbucks, but that the world is truly crazy. And so we meet up, and some of the things, you exchange introductions. This is actually the very first time that I met this person, and we kind of had a heavy conversation. Like, how are you? And how do you feel about yourself today? But some of the topics that we discussed are like, well, what roadblocks or triggers within yourself prevent you from beginning or maintaining a healthy relationship? And it brought me to the question that I hear often. People always ask me, why are you single? A pretty girl like yourself, how come you're single? You have a great personality. Why are you single? And every time this question is posed, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, God damn it. Like, really? You want to know why I'm single? Do you really want to know why I'm single? Before we move forward, I'm going to need you to sign this waiver, because I cannot be held liable for my actions as I am explaining to you why I'm single. Like, those are fighting words. Why are you single? Bitch. Anyways, have you ever asked, I don't know, like, have you ever asked, this probably is recognized in the Black community, but have you ever asked your mom, like, Mom, can I have $2 to go to the store? And she responds with, quick cussing me out. And you're stuck trying to figure out, like, what did I say? I just asked a question. So I'm pretty sure when that question is asked, it's innocent. It's just a simple question. But it definitely can be a trigger. So naturally, I just provide a simple answer. Something bullshit like, I've been single for a while and I'm just enjoying the single life. Lies. It's lies. No one enjoys the single life. You enjoy living single because you don't have to be responsible for the care of someone else's heart. So you enjoy living single, but this fucking single life is for the birds. Truthfully, if I were to answer the question, why are you single? I'd have to say that over the span of about 12 years, I allowed myself to be broken down to the point where when I looked in the mirror, I couldn't see a person that was worthy of love, worthy of respect, worthy of a person's time or devotion. It was 2 relationships in that time, and I completely lost myself in everything that took place in that time frame. Since then, I stayed single. I've been working on me, right? Self-love, discipline. That's kind of like the whole discipline part is probably where I lack the most. And that's still a work in progress. But anyways, so yeah, and what I've decided that I needed to work on are standards. Like, if you haven't set standards, And I don't think I have set standards that I can hold fast to. And so that's honestly, that's probably why I'm still single, because it's probably like, it's a coping mechanism for me to not have to deal with the two dreaded R words, relationship and regression. Because you know yourself, like you can't lie to yourself. So there are still old habits that I have that, if I see those starting to come out, then I know that I'm not ready yet. But, and that's kind of where, like, if the boat is a little bit too rocky, then it's time to go. It's time to jump ship. Like, oh no, this boat is a little too shaky. It's time to go. No, it's no relationship over here. Like oh no, it's regression time. So gotta get up out of there. Or on the other end of the spectrum, like, this boat is sailing too smooth. Like, why the hell are these waters so calm? And it's like, oh no, it's time to jump ship. You know, there's a relationship up ahead. We don't want that. And it probably breaks down, common issue is probably like trust issues. So I don't know. There's probably still a lot of work to do to deal with in that area. Trust, right? So again, I mean, pretty much when that question is posed, it's safer to just go with, oh, my last few relationships didn't work. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my time and enjoy the single life, right? So that was really, I don't know, that was really a good conversation that I had with him. His name was Rich. He better subscribe to this podcast. I'm gonna call him out. And that was my trip to the Bay Area. Ultimately, I did not decide moving to the Bay Area because it is so expensive. And I decided I was going to move to Las Vegas. I had crossed LA off my list also because I didn't know anybody in LA. But that was a good weekend, a good trip that weekend. I'm going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close. What's that saying? Failing to plan is planning to fail, or like failing to prepare is preparation to fail. So I guess I'm still in the preparation stage in order to find and build a successful relationship. So guess that's something good to keep in mind. Once again, you can find Talk 40 Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, IG. My handle on all social media platforms is Talk Flirty Podcast.